Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Nizzy's Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy. And in this video, you guys, we got some exciting news. Connor McDavid has finally done it. 4 points last night against Vancouver. Gets him to the 100-point milestone. Absolutely crazy, you guys. Absolutely crazy. 53 games to get 100 points. Pretty well unheard of in today's day and age of NHL. You haven't heard of shit like this since the Gretzky days. Super exciting to watch this guy, man. I mean, super happy for the guy. It's hilarious that he ended up getting there with 3 games to go, too. I did not expect a 4-point night out of him. But nonetheless, he's got that 100 points now. A few games left for the Oilers here. Nice game last night. They ended up winning by a score of 4-3 over Vancouver. Nice little bounce-back game after giving away that last one to Vancouver there, where Koskinen basically just flubbed 4. Gave him a 4-point lead there early in the game. I thought they might have went and started Koskinen tonight, maybe give him a little rebound after having such an atrocious start last game. And maybe give Mike Smith some rest, because obviously Mike Smith's going to be our guy when it comes playoff time. But nonetheless, they put Mike Smith in anyways. He had a nice game, 22 of 25 saves. I don't even know if they're going to use Koskinen again now. I thought maybe this would be his last game, or maybe the last game against Vancouver, they'll throw him in there. We'll have to see what happens. But nonetheless, personally, I wouldn't be starting Koskinen once in the playoffs. You don't play back-to-backs. You're going to have that day off maybe even 2 days off in between games. So I personally would not play Koskinen unless absolutely needed, or if Mike Smith lets in 3 or 4 goals back-to-back-to-back. I think he's played outstanding for us this year. Been the exact number one we've needed. So you guys remember at the beginning of the season there when we had Koski and Mike Smith was out with an undisclosed injury. We weren't very good. It was looking like another classic Oilers season, just not good enough to make the playoffs, not good enough defensively, bad goaltending. And Mike Smith came back in there and saved the day, man. And then you could see the rest of the team start getting their juice throughout the season as they could realize they actually had a goaltender behind him who was actually formidable enough to stop a few pucks, So it makes a big difference when you got a guy back there that you believe in, and he can get the job done for you if the offense is having a bit of a rough night or whatever. But nonetheless, man, since that happened and we've had Mike Smith back, the Oilers have been on a tear for the last few months here. I don't think they've lost back-to-back games in quite a while. It's been over a month, I believe, since we've lost back-to-back. So it's been a wonderful stretch, man, for us Oilers fans. I mean, I'm 26 years old, and it's been a rough 26 freaking years, boys. So it's real nice to see that they're actually doing good this year. Finally, we might get to see McDavid take a run at a cup for the first time in his career. Obviously, we did have that run a couple years back where we flubbed it up in Game 7 there against Anaheim. But since then, really haven't been back, man. We had that chance last year against Chicago there, and that wasn't really fair to us when you play one game after coming back for 4 months and they throw you into a playoff series. So I thought that was just bullshit designed by the NHL last season there, coming off of 4 months. Hiatus there from the stupid COVID. So way she goes, though, you guys. And we're back this year. We're ready to roll. I'm super excited for the playoffs here coming up. It's going to be a good battle, I think. Most likely we're going to be having Winnipeg in that first round, I think, here. We got 2 more games against Montreal and then 1 more against Vancouver. So personally, I'd like to see him start Mike Smith for the 2 Montreal games and then maybe give him a break in that last Vancouver game and let Koskinen have the start so Mike Smith is fresh and ready to roll for the playoffs. But hey, man, our top players are playing like top players right now, and they're in a groove and ready to roll for playoffs, man. So I'm super excited. I think this is going to be one of the best chances the Oilers have had in freaking years upon years, probably since the 2007 Cup run where we lost to the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 7. My heart got ripped out and torn into shreds that day. Hasn't been the same ever since, so hopefully McDavid and Draisaitl can start rebuilding that heart a little bit here in the playoffs, boys, because my gosh, it's been 25, 26 years of just heartbreak as an Oilers fan. All you Oilers fans out there know what I'm talking about. I mean, we've just succumbed to losing upon losing upon losing for so many years that it's just almost unbearable at this point. And it's just so nice. It's so refreshing to finally see some boys actually winning some games, playing the right style of game. We haven't had this good of a defensive game to our game in so long, you guys. I mean, we got top-notch defense now. Nurse is playing outstanding. Tyson Barrie was a phenomenal pickup. Obviously, Clefbaum's out, but we've had some nice young guys fill in. You got Ethan Bear and Bouchard, who can't even get on the ice consistently every game, and these guys, seems like whenever each one of them plays, they're scoring a goal for us. Just phenomenal on the defensive end this year, man, and it's huge when you're forwards and everyone comes back into your own zone and you actually are playing some solid defense, and when we break out of our own end, we don't have freaking guys standing at their blue line waiting for a long stretch pass that gets picked off in the neutral zone, or just so many of those tedious, stupid little things we used to do before, and we're not seeing that anymore, which is fantastic. McDavid and Draisaitl are leading the way on the defensive end as well, and just playing phenomenal defense to add to their offense. Mike Smith is playing phenomenal in net. And it's just been awesome to see, man. Puljujarvi's back this year. He's had a great year this year. Looks like the guy that we drafted a few years back again, so that's good to see. Nice big-bodied dude as well who can just throw his body around there. And is doing a great job with Draisaitl and McDavid on that line there. So, but yeah, guys, 100 points for McDavid, another 4-point night, 2-point night for Draisaitl. He's up to 79. He's still way ahead of everyone else. That's crazy that we have two guys that are just hands down better than everyone else in the league right now. I mean, the closest guys to Draisaitl's at 79 points on the year. Marchand and Mitch Marner both got 67. That's the closest. So you're like 12 points off of Dry. And then you're almost 33 points off of McDavid. I mean, it's just in another class of his own, this guy. Absolute unreal talent. Beautiful to watch on the ice. He just does everything so good and so efficient. So fast on that ice too, man. I mean, nobody can keep up to this guy. I don't know how there's not more penalties called, because the guy, that's pretty much the only way you ever see McDavid get stopped, is they wrap their arm around him or pinch him off into the boards and won't let him skate anymore, because there's nothing else you can do. You got to basically take a penalty on the guy to stop him, because ain't no one even close to his speed in the league. So, but yeah, guys, it's been an incredible season for the Oilers here since we got Mike Smith back. Getting primed up for the playoffs here. A couple more games left on the season. I believe we'll be locked in on that 2 seed. I don't think Winnipeg or Montreal's catching us. It looks like that means we'll be Winnipeg in the first round there. They've been kind of hit and miss lately, so I'm pretty confident against the Winnipeg Jets there, or Montreal, whichever team we get in the first round. But the big one there is going to be Toronto, man. Whenever we go up against Toronto, that's going to be the big-time matchup. Toronto's had a phenomenal year as well. I think they got a lot of supporting talent as well around Marner and Matthews and Tavares, guys like that. They got good goaltending. So it's going to be a tough matchup. We haven't played good against Toronto either this year. So as long as we get through Winnipeg or Montreal in that first round and then go handle Toronto, or maybe Toronto will have some luck of old with their playoff luck. And maybe they'll be ousted in the first round by Montreal. You never know, because Toronto's always been a decent team in regular season when they're a playoff team. They come around in playoffs and they usually get stomped by Boston, or they get stomped by Pittsburgh, or Montreal beats them in the first round. Ottawa beats them in the first round. They usually don't make it out of the first round, so fingers crossed they don't. I would be really happy if that happened and the Oilers didn't have to play Toronto at all. That's the only team I'm a little nervous about. But who knows? Maybe the Oilers just put all things aside and just stomp them in 4 games too. You never know. So should be exciting though, you guys. Feels great to be back in the playoffs again as an Oilers fan, and actually feels like this year could be our year, man. It's a good chance this year. I mean, you got the 2 best players in the world by a landslide. I don't even think it's close. I think this is back like when Crosby and Malkin were the 2 best players in the world, the 1-2 punch back when they were both in their primes. But I think this is even like another step from that. Yeah, I think even Dry and McDavid are another step ahead of where, Patrick Kane and Taves were. Same with Crosby and Malkin. I just think these guys are on a whole nother level that we've never seen before since like the Gretzky days and the Lemieux days. So incredible performance from these guys last night. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. What do you think the Oilers' chances are of taking home the cup this year? What do you think McDavid will finish for points on the year? You think Draisaitl maybe can get to 85 points or something for the season? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And once again, this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat signing off, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.